Hey everybody, it's Wes. Yes, we're back. So it looks like the mirrors have returned. There's junk all over the bathroom. The world's looking a lot more lived in, a lot more fleshed out. So this is definitely a new build that Capcom showcased yesterday. And I haven't seen a lot of people cover this. I uploaded a video yesterday, but there were some audio issues, and I just decided to cut it down to where it was just the gameplay in this version. And I forgot to talk about some things. So far I think everything's looking a lot better. I was a little skeptical whenever we started seeing all that preview footage. It looked a little not great. So the sound effects are looking really, or they're sounding really nice. The lighting of the world is looking a lot better. I can't wait to see what the final version looks like. So there's a lot more zombies on the screen. It appears as though, from what I've heard, that zombie count is tied to a setting in the game settings. So I don't know if that's like a graphical thing or what, but and I have no idea if that's on console either. So I thought it was pretty cool though that there's that button prompt that pops up whenever the zombie grabs you, so you can kind of decide what move you want to do. I thought that was a nice touch. So the reflectiveness is looking pretty good. I mean, it's nice. Shadows appear to look like they're better. Maybe a little more subtle, depending on what light is affecting the shadow. I think this area definitely looks a lot more fleshed out than in the original. I'm not super sold on the whole aquatic theme, but I mean, I guess it fits. So, and I can't tell if there's just like a procedural slicing and dismemberment of the zombies, or if it's, you know, there's actually like a directional dismemberment, or like, you know, dismemberment at a angle depending on the slice of the weapon. We're just gonna have to wait and see, I guess. But the water's looking really good. The lighting underwater looks good. The water effects from like the sprinklers look a lot better. So the Japanese voice for Frank sounds pretty funny. I wonder if we'll get to choose different audio versions. The outside looks really nice. I mean, it's so far the game's looking like they put some love into, some care into it. The only thing I noticed so far was that the intestines aren't getting ripped out of the zombies. I do miss the zombies in the third game, because like it was more like you had to kill, or you had to get like a headshot or whatever for them to die. So I kind of hope maybe we'll get a mode where it's like you have to take the zombie's head off for them to die, but I doubt that to be the case. Maybe they'll do that in the second game. And there's also a mod for the third game where you can, like, they don't die unless like they're exploded or their heads get cut off. So far a lot of the advertisements look like they're the same. They may be up-resed or upscaled with AI or something like that. Some of them look fine. Some of them do look a little weird though. So they did put those little advertisements on the stair steps. That's new, from what I recall. So I don't know what mission they're on. I can't. The A and the B looks familiar, but I don't remember. Maybe it might be lovers. Now that I think about it. So this could be somewhere around Medicine Run. So this is, I'm assuming this is day 2 for sure. That's gross. He just ate the pie that he threw in that guy's face. So yeah, I'm jump cutting in between gameplay because they kind of stop and they go back to the studio and they talk for a little bit, so I cut all that out. Just the gameplay this time. So I don't know if those new vending machines that they're putting around the mall are actually going to work when the full game releases, or what, because I don't see a prompt to actually use them. Ratman. So it looks like Neobards is the company that's doing the deluxe remaster, and Capcom has people from Capcom that are working with them on it. But for the most part, the boots on the ground are people from Neobards, which they've done a couple of remasters for other games. So the map over here looks a lot better than the original, but it's got a filter over here on the left, so if you want a particular type of store, you can filter out all the rest and then just focus on clothing stores or hardware or whatever, I'm guessing. Which I think that's a nice touch, like if you want to focus on building your closet, you know, and getting all the items. I wonder if that carries over to like New Game Plus. Like you keep your locker with all of your clothing items. Third floor? What is the third floor? There's the basement underground tunnels. There's the first floor, which is this one. There's the second floor, which is obviously the second floor. What's the third floor? Is that the... Oh, and that might be the, like the rooftop for the helicopter. You know, I wish the glass would kind of hang around for a little bit instead of just disappear, but I mean, I think the shattering looks okay. I wish there was like directional shattering, that would be fun, but like shoot it with a shotgun and it like blows out a different, you know, the direction it's being shot at. I do like the moving ties. I think that's a nice touch. I wish the clothes like moved a little bit more, but it's not really that big of a deal. What the hell was that? Like, zombie was like trying to climb up. So this is the Blo Suit, which is Jin's from Cyberbots. I couldn't remember when I was recording this yesterday. I mean, I knew what it was from, but and then Jin showed up in Marvel vs. Capcom 2? I don't remember if he was in 1 also. But Cyberbots was a part of the arcade fighting collection that Capcom put out, I think last year? I need to get all that stuff on physical. So depending on what suit you wear, what costume, this would be a costume, it's a full thing. It has like different sound effects, and then you have a choice to play the music, you know, a music track from that game. And they're playing some sort of game where like he has to pick a card at some point, and he can only use like certain items, like only red items, I think, but that's later. I wonder, I still don't know, or I don't know if we've heard any confirmation, but I wonder if the costumes have like special abilities. That was something that I always enjoyed about Dead Rising 2. But you could be super overpowered wearing one piece of every DLC outfit in Dead Rising 2. So some people are saying that 2 for sure, if this does well, probably is going to get a remaster. I wouldn't be surprised if they already kind of started planning on what they're going to do for 2, but I'm sure this game's going to sell well. I mean, I think there's a big casual audience for, you know, zombie fun, and that's kind of what Dead Rising is known most for. I think everything else is secondary, but a lot of people are saying that they're probably not going to do Dead Rising 3 because there's no Nick Ramos costume in the pre-order stuff. So, but we don't know. There could be some secret stuff that they haven't showed us. So the outside lighting looks really nice. I do wish like that there was a little bit more zombie variety, like, you know, different colored shirts of the same pattern or different colored dresses or whatever, but everything so far seems intact. And then the not overtime, infinity mode? Can't remember it. I think that's it. That is, you can save during that. So if you're going after the Arthur boxers or the laser sword, I think it's X's laser sword, or it's not Zero's because Zero's is green, right? You can save so you don't have to play the game for, you know, 14 hours straight to unlock all that. I think it's 10 or 12 for the laser sword and then 14 for the boxers. I've done that twice, by the way, and it sucks. It's cool when you unlock the sword, but whenever it came out on PC, I was just like, I'm just gonna get a save file. I'm getting too old for that shit. So this is on PlayStation 5, or at least it looks like it, because they've got the button prompts. So the shadows look a little fuzzy on console. I don't know. Obviously, this is the only time we've ever seen this build of the game. This could be the final build if they're showing it now. So we've only got, what, 23 days left until the game launches. It's really weird. Like there's some. Let's look at these shadows here. So these look pretty good. I don't know. It's just kind of weird. There's definitely a lot of zombies here. I think this is probably the most we've ever seen so far. I'm trying to look to see if he like moves his. I've seen him move his arms like when he's trying to get through the zombies, but they're like going ham on all these zombies with the weapons and stuff. And there's more zombies that were cut from the original game, so they've been added in as well. So he's going to the hardware store to get the chainsaw. And then I think after this part is where he picks a card or something like that, which we're not going to see because I just cut all the gameplay footage together. But durability looks like it's definitely been adjusted because this chainsaw does not last very long. I think it's about to go out here in a second. There you go. I don't know if he dropped it because he got hit or if it broke. It's kind of hard to hear any of the sound effects of the game because there's like 4 or 5 of them talking. Drinking some OJ. So it looks like you get more than one drink. I thought it was just one in the original. I mean, I'm playing it right now on 360 and the second one. We're doing a replay series, which I'm probably going to start editing those, so they're a little more concise, I guess. So the cops are shooting at you because that was a cut feature that didn't make it into the original game. I think Stippo found that, if I'm not mistaken. But honestly, you know, at the end of the day, this is just kind of, you know, the hyper edition of the game, or whatever you want to call it, super, ultra, just the, you know, fun for fun's sake, no, not taking it too seriously. I am a little curious to see what they do for Dead Rising 2, because I'm pretty sure that seems like a slam dunk. Like, I mean, whatever amount of money this game makes, you know, if people are happy with it and there's good word of mouth, I'm sure that the second game will probably make at least twice what this game would make. With the co-op and adding new stuff to it and all that. I mean, people will go crazy over Chuck. The Blodia costume looks really good, though. I can't remember. I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's any Marvel vs. Capcom references in the DLC costumes. Surely they're not going to have like Marvel characters in here, but that would be a licensing nightmare. But it would be cool. So we're coming towards the end here. We're going to get a look at the water effects here in just a second. He's trying to figure out how to push the lawnmower. That's gross. So the water in the fountain over there, those are looking a lot better than they did in the previous build. I think everything's getting polished up pretty nice. I think it's going to be... I think a lot of people are going to be happy with it. That's so gross. I think the lawnmower is one of the worst ones. So yeah, they're just showing the DLC costumes. These are pre-order bonuses, and then I think those are as well. Hopefully we get to see more footage of the other costumes and stuff like that, but I doubt that they'll show all of them. I'd like to see Sodom from Street Fighter Alpha for sure. But everything's looking really good.